Hey there! If this video came on your feed, you probably know that the most important thing a company has to do is to make money. And you also probably know that YC is the largest and best accelerator in the world. Today we are going to be discussing how YC batch of Winter 26 is making money. And before that, if you're curious on who I am, I'm Kritik. Previously I worked with Blinkit and PhonePe, which are two of the largest consumer brands in India. Currently I'm in Bangalore, which is also considered as the Silicon Valley of India. And all of this is because, similar to you guys, probably, I am trying to start up. And coming to my starting up experience as such, all you have to know is that I have never made money. And obviously school and college did not teach us how to make money. And I don't think any gene in my body knows how to make money. And that's exactly the purpose of this video. We're going to be seeing how YC's companies are making money, and we're going to be taking inspiration / trying to copy them, or maybe get any insights that's like super valuable so that we can get into YC, the applications for which are 40 days from now. For their X26 batch, which hopefully we'll get into, but I already went through the entire list and I understood how huge the competition is. But anyway, let's get started. According to me, there are 4 important questions which determine if a startup is going to be successful or not. 1. What do they do? 2. Is this something people want? 3. The founder's background on if they are the suited founders to be solving this problem. 4. How are they going to make money? And question number 2, which is this something people want, is obviously true for all the startups we are going to discuss in this video, because it's YC approved, and YC's motto, as you know, is make something people want. So we're going to be discussing the other 3 questions for every single startup. Number 1, chassis. So chassis helps equipment dealers grow and retain customers, and this is very well suited for both the founders, because one of them has a background in manufacturing race cars, robots, and a lot of things, and their CTO is someone who has worked on building retention platforms before. It is in the form of reward management system, but that's also retention metrics. And this company, because the CEO has a lot of contacts with the dealers, he already knows who their clients are, and making money is kind of obvious at this point. He just has to go and be like, I built this thing, is there any feedback, or like something like that. You can see that the heading is like what the company's name is, and below it is the tagline that's exactly used by YC. Next company on the list is O11, and O11 takes financial documents and makes a Merkle tree out of it. Merkle tree, if you don't know, it's a data structure which makes knowledge bases easily searchable. It is the same thing that Cursor and Cloud Code and all use to save context of your code base on their servers. So Merkle tree is not something that they said, it's something that I added. These people basically take the financial documents that a company has and they process on top of that. And both these founders of these companies have background in building companies, and I think that is like good enough. And how they're going to be making money is B2B clients again. From this slide, we're going to be going really fast. I don't want to be spending a lot of time because there are 34 companies. Next, we have Arzul, which basically takes traces from multi-agent systems and feeds it back to your Cloud Code or something, is what I understand. When you have multi-agent systems, they have like, a Lang chain, but I checked out their website. They currently only support Crew AI. They are bringing support to LangChain soon. One of these founders have previously worked with multi-agent systems, which makes it really suited for them building this platform. And money they're going to be making through website API credits. You can use the platform for free, but furthermore you have to add API credits. Bubble Lab is a TypeScript native workflow platform. Both the founders work together in an AI nutrition app, and because of that, the founder chemistry is also something that YC constantly checks. And how do they make money? For this particular TypeScript native workflow automation platform, it's like workflow automation, but you can quickly chat with them in natural language is their selling point. Anybody who has a workflow builder is going to be approached by these guys. So next company we have Pocket. Pocket is a note-taking device, is the way the founder has advertised. The founder has like really solid hardware background, and Pocket is something that you can like quickly attach to the back of your iPhone or something, and it can immediately record your calls or record your surrounding speakers. If there are multiple, it identifies it as the claim in the video. And this is probably the only company that has the most straightforward way to make money, is that each pocket sells for $79. And next we have Constellation, which is a satellite-based company, and they say if there's any failure that's going to be happening, we are going to be detecting it. And because of this, whatever data loss you're going to incur can be minimized, because once a failure is detected, you can immediately switch to manual mode, and if you don't detect it in advance, there's going to be some data loss, is their selling point. Founders background, one of them is like ex-SpaceX, ex-NASA, and that is like enough. How are they going to make money? Is B2B subscriptions again. Next is another aerospace company. I really hope my parents don't watch this video because I am an aerospace engineer. But anyway, moving on. So these guys are again a deep tech company, and their selling point is that they are building a foundational model to generate high resolution optical satellite imagery from radar. The reason this works is because one of those founders has like really good experience with computer vision, and the other one has worked with ISRO. Again, a perfect founder match. And the way they're going to be making money is by API tokens because their code is open source. The next company we have is Careta AI, and they are like a 24/7 sales intelligence, which again is like very clearly B2B. And CEO, CTO both being builders. We'll go to the next. The next company we have is Wrestle AI. They are AI agents for IT services. Both the founders have had experience building an IT consultancy firm. They would have realized that AI needs to be added to this. They did say Kubernetes could be easily done using whatever they have. Again, not a person who has used Kubernetes in his whole life, so I don't know how it works. But that is their selling point. Again, any company that uses Kubernetes, which I assume is like every single large-scale company, will be their customers. That is basically how they'll make money, is by B2B deals. Now we have Clice AI, which is for CRM, but basically does same thing as the previous company we discussed. It's a workflow engine that understands context, and B2B again. We have Patient Desk, which is the first healthcare. That's one more. This one is AI for healthcare, and basically B2B deals. And there's another one which is like pretty cool. So this Prana Health is basically like it's a primary caretaker in your pocket, which basically connects with your medical devices and wearables and constantly keeps a check on you. I did try that platform. It didn't it was like very funny, but I think for respecting their hard work, I should not put the video over here. I see where they are going, right? It's like a cool idea, and I have a personal bias towards consumer companies, so I'm going to say this is going to be something that I'm going to be watching on. And next we have Pax Historia. This, I believe, is like super cool because it's a game, and you can simulate any event that happened in history. You can alter it, you can like play through it, and their visuals are really nice. I think you guys should definitely give it a try if you're like interested in history or like just interested in gaming, okay? Because if you have played anything like Civ 6 or one of those games, you should like give this a try. I'm assuming it's going to be a freemium usage. I didn't use it much. I just played for like a couple of turns, but like it was fun. Next we have Octopulse, which is like a niche targeted company. They are targeting like fisheries, straightforward, like fish from its hatch to its like, you know, whenever you're harvesting it. They measure the fish and do a lot of things, is what I found from one of their videos. And again, B2B deals. Anybody who has a fishery, maybe this is the only app available because I don't know who else is working on it. Next we have Leol, which is like turning everyday things that we talk and words into usable training data. It wasn't very clear on how they were doing it, but multimodal data, which is like, you know, voice, text, images and all. Their claim is that they're going to be providing high quality data to enterprises, and again, enterprises B2B. And next we have Skill Sync, which is like also cool because it syncs up with GitHub, and it allows companies to search throughout GitHub on like whoever they want to hire, and it matches them based on the skills. And I'm assuming it's like a search engine for companies who are looking to hire plugin inside GitHub, something like that. And it's like really cool because whatever code is in your GitHub, as long as you know you're keeping it public, it's going to tell something about you on the frameworks that you're comfortable with, and that should help hiring people a lot better than using competitive programming, is according to me. Competitive programming is also good, but the ability to build a system is completely different. So next we have Mirage Doodle, which is the first real estate company we have on this list. Real estate B2B. And next we have 21st, which is basically a marketplace for programming snippets. I haven't used it much, but I'm assuming it's going to have a freemium somewhere behind it. And next we have Avoice, which is targeted towards architectural firms. They claim that they have a knowledge base of whatever previous projects your architectural firm has worked on, and it will help people based on, you know, your styling elements and all. Again, B2B clients. Bird does fine-tuning of foundational models for companies based on their domain requirement, and because it's companies B2B again. LegalOS, I'm assuming it's pronounced Legalos, is AI for legal documents, but very specifically work visas. Two of the founders have a family backing of a family immigration law firm, which would give it a huge edge above Harvey AI, which is also a different law AI, because there's like years and years of, you know, work visa processing which is available to them as data. This AI has like a lot more potential. Maybe Harvey also does, I don't know, but this one has for sure. And how do they make money is probably, high ticket clients. And everybody who's coming for work visa, they're going to pay a lot, I guess. So next we have Lexius, which is like turning every single security camera into a AI catch your shoplifter kind of thing. They're going to be targeting shops again who have like a high rate of shoplifters. So this is going to be like really crazy. Next we have Sonarly. Sonar, if you know, is like an error detection platform for companies, and I'm assuming Sonarly is like a relative thing. They should probably change the name, but it's like an AI agent which works on top of errors directly, and it makes them available to your Cloud Code or whatever. I'm assuming B2B clients, but it could also be potentially available to like people. But just because how Sonar works, Sonar is just targeting companies. It doesn't, no individual person uses it. I'm assuming Sonarly is going to be the same. Run Anywhere also targets B2B clients. They have on-device machine learning, but their proposal is that their SDK makes it so that, you build once and it runs on any device. And again, because they're targeting companies, again, it's going to be B2B. Didit is an AI identity verification platform. They should probably do OAuth. They should be like face login or something. They have mentioned that they are targeting B2B clients. Next, we have Panta, which is a commercial insurance broker run by AI agents. So you are replacing an entire insurance company, all their delay in the insurance claims and everything with AI. And they're saying it's like much faster, and just because it's fast, I feel like a lot of people, they would go to them because insurance claims delay is like a very huge pain point. So, and a lot of people are going to go through this for sure. They're going to acquire a lot of clients, and that's how they'll make money, probably some cuts or something. Next we have H Labs, which is a hardware startup. They offer plug and play robotic parts, which is like actuators, cameras, along with a very developer friendly environment. So again, they can target like individual clients like college students or even large corporations. They have mentioned in their YC page that they have a large client order already, and yeah, that's how it is. Next we have Valgo, which is algorithm safety validation tools for autonomy. And the cool thing about this is that both founders have a PhD in either safe ML or building safety critical systems. And there can be data which like machines don't see, but a human would be able to detect it, like a large tilt or something like that. Valgo claims that their systems are trained with extreme corner cases which will not happen in real life, and the way they'll make money is B2B and critical systems like military or maybe even financial markets and things like that. Next we have Sara AI, which is another AI for consumer good brands. They want to fully automate their supply chain is what they claim. And again, because it's supply chain, they will be targeting B2B clients where they'll be getting the money from. Next, we have Mantis Biotech, which is one of my favorite companies in this batch. The founder, she does ice climbing, and because of ice climbing, she has previously developed a form of shorts which you will wear, and it has some advantages about your human anatomy. But now with Mantis, they're going to be putting in humans into the computer, which is like modeling anatomy and physiology and all, just so that you can train it in RL models and all. To generate data in simulations to figure out how it works. And the way it will work is that they'll probably have like motion capture and biometric sensors, and an actual human with all the data will be fed into the system, so that various data collection or a lot of things can be done. This is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like completely B2B. They're probably gonna develop some real cool Iron Man suit or something like that, I don't know. And these are people who really love reinforcement learning, and their proposal is how reinforcement learning with verifiable rewards can be used to check models on their ability to generate code. And there's a little friggin' fighter jet flying right next to me. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but Bangalore, bro. Okay, so they use reinforcement learning to verify if a model can generate proper code or not, and maybe they'll use it to rank different models or like run it as an environment, or maybe just get like certifications of like different systems and all. Because YC has funded it, I'm assuming it has like a much larger use case somewhere in the future. Right now, I don't see it. If you see it, let me know in the comments. Okay, and coming to Voltaire, which is my favorite company in this batch. I might have said this for some other company, but this is also my favorite company in the batch, because this is drones which can self-charge itself by attaching to power grid or power lines. Like any random cable, it will just attach to and it will start charging. And if you have worked with drones before, you would know that they don't fly longer than like 5 minutes or something. If this happens, drone delivery can finally be a real thing. Here they are only focusing on like one small niche. I forgot what that was. And these guys can have any client from any industry. But the coolest thing about them is how diverse their founder portfolio is. One guy handles drones, another guy handles battery, which is the charging part. One guy deals with regulations that the government can impose, and one guy deals with operations. And all of these are the critical pillars of this project, and all four have a founder for them. And I think that is the reason why they're going to succeed, because their roles are clearly defined among these four founders. Oxys is a company which does internal audits for companies. B2B deals are again the way they're going to be making money, because they're going to be targeting companies which don't want to do internal audits on themselves because of how much painful of a task it is. Finally, we come to Trago, which is the last company. It's a real estate data set, and data set which you can search for various different data which are available. You can like train on it, whatever. And the way they're going to be making money is B2B deals, and that concludes the list of companies. There are some insights which I had which I thought are important. Everybody is doing open source as a method to say that we are legit and we care about our users. Just because we have our entire code base visible to you, you will know if any sort of problem happens to us, and we are like completely transparent is the way a lot of companies are going. Open source is becoming a mainstream thing. The way they're monetizing it on top of it is that they are giving credits and they have their own platform on the way you'll run their own app. But on top of that, if you can use it for free, you can look at their code, you can even like test it out on your own. But if you want to use some advanced features, you'll have to use their platform. And another thing is everybody is picking their niche which they are comfortable with. Not everybody is working on very broad things. Everybody has like very small niche. They are not going for something very huge. They're trying to narrow as much as they can depending on how much expertise they have in that area. My mentality has always been, how do you build things at scale, coming from companies like that are already at scale. But doing things that don't scale being one of Paul Graham's essays, I think that is followed by a lot of companies here. And finally, a lot of investments are going to companies which are hardware targeted or like non-pure CS based companies, like databases or things like that, right? And that is telling us something. It is telling us how democratized AI has made programming available to everybody. And because of that, focus on hardware, aerospace, wearables are like strongly increasing. Next few years, that is going to be completely everything. Everything is going to massively change. Nobody knows how, but I'm super excited for it. That's the end of this video. This is me, Kritik. If you enjoyed this video, or if you just want to follow me on my journey for applying to YC, which I will be documenting, then hit subscribe, and I'll see you again on a different video. I hope this was informative. Let me know in the comments. Okay, bye.